welcome back to my channel. I am Garima Singh signing in for today's video. In this video, as you all know, we are done with the chapter of theory of demand. So today we'll be doing do's and don'ts of this chapter plus some important questions that you guys can encounter in your exams. Okay, so number one here is do not define inferior good those goods which are taken as exception of law of demand. Okay, always go and define whenever there is a question in your exam, define inferior goods, always and always define it in terms of negative income effect. If you remember, हमने तो previous video में when I talked about inferior good, कब category आई थी इसकी? When we divided the consumer income. Okay, consumer income के basis पे when we divided goods into two categories, that is normal good and the inferior good. Okay, so you need to always define the inferior good in terms of income. So whenever a question occurs like define inferior good, you guys need to go like inferior goods are those where income effect is negative. Okay, that is demand of these goods. Which goods? Inferior goods changes with the change in income and not with the price. Okay, so this is the definition you need to follow. भाई ये ऐसे goods हैं जिनकी demand में change आता है due to the change in income but not due to the change in price. Law of demand क्या बोलता है? There is an inverse relationship between demand and the price of the commodity. Therefore, always define inferior goods in terms of इनकम इफेक्ट एंड नॉट विद द प्राइस, क्योंकि प्राइस के साथ तो इसका रिलेशन है ही नहीं हमारा. ओके, जस्ट अ क्विक रिवीजन हियर. इंफीरियर गुड्स, व्हिच आर इंफीरियर गुड्स व्हिच हैव नेगेटिव रिलेशन बिटवीन इनकम एंड द डिमांड बट नॉट नेसेसरी द पॉजिटिव रिलेशन बिटवीन द प्राइस एंड द डिमांड. ओके, now just a quick revision where law of demand fails. It fails in the case of given goods. Okay, what are given goods? These goods are which have inverse relation with income and the demand, जिनका negative या inverse relation है हमारा in case with income and also the positive relation. यहाँ डिफाइन है ना रिलेशन कि पॉजिटिव ही है, यहाँ लॉ ऑफ डिमांड नहीं वर्क करेगा. बोथ विल गो इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. Price increase, demand increase. Price decrease, demand decrease. Therefore, given goods have positive relation between price and the demand. Okay, and this is very important thing you need to memorize and go through this statement again and again. Okay, and fix it in your head because this is very important statement and always comes in the exam. Okay, it says all given goods are inferior goods. Okay, सारे जो जितने भी given goods हैं they can be inferior goods. Why? Because demand is inversely proportional to the income of the consumer. But not inferior goods. Not all the inferior goods are given goods. जरूरी नहीं है सारे inferior goods हमारे given goods हो. Why? Because demand is inversely related to the price of the commodity. Therefore, inferior good may or may not, हमने पढ़ा था ना ऊपर, it is not necessary that inferior good shows positive relation between price and demand. Therefore, inferior good का जरूरी नहीं है, it may or may not show the inverse relation, but जो हमारे given goods हैं they always show the relation. Okay, second question here is whenever you encounter any question regarding demand function of a consumer or an individual, जब मैं बोलती हूँ कि कोई भी डिमांड फंक्शन का क्वेश्चन आता है पेपर में रिगार्डिंग द कंज्यूमर मतलब एक इंडिविजुअल की बात कर रहे हैं हम. नेवर स्पेसिफाई द फैक्टर्स लाइक पॉपुलेशन साइज और द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ इनकम. व्हाई? बिकॉज बोथ द फैक्टर्स relates to the market demand when we are talking about all the consumers in the market. Okay, तब हमें ये दोनों फैक्टर्स देने होते हैं मार्केट डिमांड में. आई होप यू रिमेंबर द फंक्शन, डिमांड फंक्शन ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल एंड ऑल्सो द डिमांड फंक्शन ऑफ द मार्केट. You guys need to specify the demand function of an individual and the demand function of market in the comment section below so that I am aware you guys have already watched my previous video. So guys, now let's do some important questions from this chapter which are as below. Number one question is, you need to complete the table and draw the market demand curve. Okay, so talking about the table, you have price here. This is the quantity consumed by one individual, which is X, and this is the quantity consumed by another individual, Y, in the economy. And here we have the market demand. Okay. Let me remove this X so that you guys don't get confused. Okay. So price of the commodity here is given 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Whereas quantity consumed by X is 3. And here we don't know the quantity consumed by Y. Whereas our market demand given is 8. Okay. So here are 5 blanks. You need to fill it up. I'll give you the solution of the 2. And rest you are supposed to do it and give me the answer in the comment section. So, as you all know, that market demand is what? It is the summation of the individual demands in the market. So, we have 2 individuals here. So, quantity of X plus quantity of Y. अगर हम दोनों की quantity को add up करेंगे, that will give us the market demand. Okay. So, X was given, Y we need to find out, and market demand is given. Just it's a very simple maths. You need to put in the values. X की क्वांटिटी 3 थी, Y हमें पता नहीं, मार्केट डिमांड 8 है. पुटिंग ऑल द वैल्यूज, QY की वैल्यू क्या आएगी? 8 minus 3, I'll get 5 units. Okay. Always remember, जब हमें मार्केट डिमांड दिया हो, you need to put in the formula and simply putting the value. So simply putting in the values, we got the unit. So this is how we got this first answer. Similarly, you need to find out the answer of second and third and fourth and comment down below in the comment section. Now, I'll solve one more blank for you all so that the idea is very clear. Here in the sixth combination, we are provided with the quantities but not the market demand. Okay, simple hai. You need to put in the formula. Qx plus Qy is equals to market demand. Qx is 20. Qy is 22. When you will add up both, you will get 42, which will be our market demand. That's it. Now comes to the second part of the question, which says draw the market demand. Okay, so you while drawing, as usual, when we are to plot the curve, we need to plot it on x-axis and y-axis, and always remember to mention what is there on x-axis and what is there on y-axis. So y-axis have our price and x-axis have our quantity. Okay, so which price will take? The price of the commodity. Now comes the part of quantity. Do not get confused, as the question is about the market demand, you need to take the total quantity. If it was about the individual demand, you need to take the individual quantity that the consumer was consuming. But here the question is about the market demand, therefore we'll take this quantity on our x-axis and simply plot the market demand curve. Now moving on to the second question. These are something called applied questions, where you need to apply the theory and discuss the impact. So the question says the price of petrol and diesel was cut by ₹2 as international oil price slumped to 5-year low. हमें क्या पता चला भाई, इंटरनेशनल ऑयल प्राइसेस 5 सालों में बहुत नीचे गिरे हैं. एंड कितने गिरे हैं? ₹2. दोनों की वैल्यू कट हो गई, कम हो गई है. ओके, सो यू नीड टू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम एंड डिस्कस व्हाट विल it lead to the impact on demand of car using the theory of demand. Okay, very first thing here is you need to figure it out. The question is asking about which type of good. Okay, so here car and petrol and diesel, these are the complementary goods, because car is incomplete without petrol or diesel. मिलके complete करती है ना कार को. First step is to figure out what kind of good are we talking about, and then just go and memorize the theory. What is the relation between the complementary goods when the prices come down? Okay, so I am assuming the theoretical part you guys can do really well. Here I'll just explain using the diagram. Okay, so first part you do it yourself. Now coming on to the diagram, you need to again draw on x-axis and y-axis. X-axis I have quantity of diesel or petrol, and y-axis I have my price of the car. So as you all know, here because the price in case of complementary goods, when the price will decrease, the complementary good का price decrease होगा, it will lead to the increase in demand of the own commodity. Okay, so here P is taken constant, it means P is the price of the car. own commodity की तो हम यहाँ बात ही नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि complementary goods है. हम यहाँ complementary good of पेट्रोल एंड डीजल की बात करेंगे कि क्योंकि complementary goods complete each other. Therefore, forward shift होगा. I hope you guys remember the theory and you can simply apply it here. There is nothing to explain much in here. Okay. So guys, that's it for today's video. These are the type of questions that you can encounter from this chapter. Apart from that, theoretical part is already explained by me in my previous videos. You can go through those videos and clear all your doubts. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys very soon. But do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and also pressing the thumbs up icon under my video.